So last Wednesday, December 1st, I had hernia surgery. It was the first surgery I ever had in my life, which was kind of amusing to all the doctors and nurses there. At my age, having never gone under the knife. And uh, the nurse, this big burly dude named Peter, the OR nurse, he was really amazing. I'd never even had an IV started before. So he was really good too. He'd had spent like 14 years in the ER, so he can start an IV in his sleep pretty much. And he was really, really cool. Everybody that I ran into was really pretty much really nice, except maybe one person. I'll get to that later. But before I get to that part, it's like I'm gonna say how long. I want to say how long it's been since I lived with a hernia. I mean, it's all a big joke, right? With Al Yankovic living with a hernia. For some people, if you ever had a hernia, a hernia is a very serious thing. Um, so I've been dealing with my hernia for literally decades. I just, I was kicking it down the road because it doesn't start off really super bad right away. It gets worse over time, as most things do. And after first you get like a truss, okay, you wear it. I used to play softball and stuff, I'm a weekend athlete. I would just wear a truss and everything was fine. I didn't even wear it all the time. That's when I was like doing heavy lifting or some kind of physical activity. And the last few years, since we've been in Washington, it really started to get really bad. Um, the doctor that diagnosed me when we first got here said I should really get it done. I was holding out for Medicare. I was hoping I would be able to make it to Medicare. And I almost made it. I'm 64, but one more year to go, less than a year even. I was hoping like, oh, I could just make it this year, just wearing the truss. At this point, every day, 24 hours a day, sleeping in the truss. You don't want to, make the wrong move and just literally your guts will spill out. Just like, it's horrible to think about, but it's just a horrible thing. So I've been wearing that for the last couple of years, truss almost 24 hours a day. Got to the point where I thought like, and I was just so stuck on it. I couldn't get past the fact that we were going to have to pay cash for this operation, which is nightmarish in the United States because the healthcare system is so backwards and set against us. But Janet, bless her, she went into action. She started researching the best hernia doctors in the area. I was thinking we would have to go, someone else said we have to go probably to Portland or Seattle. But she found one of the most highly rated hernia doctors in Olympia. So got an appointment with him. He turned out to be a very nice guy. And I guess he juggled some stuff around, seeing how serious mine was. And he scheduled me for the 1st of December, which is a kind of a unique date. We were musing about that. We were just musing about that in the pre-op room with one of the other nurses. She was writing down, oh, today is 12121. This is like a palindrome, a numeric palindrome, and it's decided that was a good omen. So that was a good sign, along with everything else, just getting it so quickly. Because it's only been like maybe 2 weeks since I've gotten the consult that I got the surgical appointment, which is almost unheard of. And with people, unvaccinated folks, clogging up hospitals and places and ERs or ICUs, I should say, I was really lucky to get that soon. So we were just really happy to get that. So yeah, I didn't even meet my my anesthesiologist because they use a service. This hospital I went to uses a service. So any random anesthesiologist comes in as day by day. So you don't meet him until like the time of surgery. And the guy that I won the lottery with was this guy that looked a lot like the Unabomber. And he was not very friendly. So as much as my surgeon's bedside manner was great, this guy was kind of like, if you got any questions, ask me, rather than like, tell me what he's going to do, and I'll be breathing for you. And you got any questions, ask me for it. And just walked out like Ted. So, and he wasn't nearly as assuring as my surgeon was, but he did his job. So I guess he's one of those people that, hey, I do what I got to do, and I don't have to be nice, so I'm not nice. And they don't make that much money. I'm telling you, the healthcare system is it's really screwing everybody. It's really not a good thing. There's this axis of evil in the healthcare system, and that is the health insurance companies and the drug companies and also the hospitals. These hospitals, the insurance company didn't affect us because we have been pouring money into insurance over the years. So they didn't get that money from us. But they get you now, they get you later. They get you with the insurance over the years, and they get you with the hospital costs, or they get you with you paying, your own way. And so we end up paying our own way for it. It took a chunk, like all of our savings almost to get it done. But the percentage that the people that actually do the work, like the surgeon and the anesthesiologist, these people make, like, I kid you not, a tenth of what the hospital gets. And that's even after they give us the discount, the uninsured discount. So imagine what so it's like one hand fleecing the other with they charge the insurance companies a bunch of money, and which in turn charge you a bunch of money. So they charge insurance companies probably thousands of dollars more than what you pay if you're just paying cash. So that's for now they do that. Who knows when they're going to legislate that out? So yeah, I mean the doctor, we were surprised at how the doctor's bill was substantial, but it wasn't as much as it was literally 10 times more than what either an anesthesiologist or the surgeon made, which I think is kind of criminal. I remember I used to work at a UPS store in my last jobs when I worked for somebody else. Probably that helped exacerbate the hernia, I'm sure, because the UPS, they have a 150-pound limit for the boxes you can send through. And every day people would test those limits. They bring in heavy boxes. We have to move them once, move them twice, move them 3 times, take them on the scale, put them off the scale. But the point is that the UPS store also rents mailboxes. And these mailboxes that we had were mostly rented by a big group of people that were pharmaceutical reps. We used to call them pill slingers. And all these reps would come in every year with new Audis. They're driving a new Audi every year. And they come in, they just like use the UPS store post office box as just the storage area for all their samples they get from the pharmaceutical companies. And they would never pick them up when they feel like it. And we just like up to our eyebrows in boxes. But these guys are making, these women and guys are making tons of money because they're part of the system. So anyway, get to the day of the surgery. In pre-op, they're preparing me to get my IV going, and I'm the second case of the day. So the first case has gone long, so I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm already nervous as it is. So finally, after waiting that long time, I'm finally getting wheeled on the gurney, which is like really a bed. It's like a small hospital bed that they wheel you in, and you stay on that thing until you get to the operating table, and they take you off the table, put you back on the bed, and wheel you into the recovery room. So I'm going to the operating room, to the operating theater, and I'm looking around. It's just like cold as ice. It's like it's just so foreboding. It's just this huge. The hospital we were in, like this huge surgical area, and it's just like the lights are bright, and they've got these like satellite dish lights that like aiming down on you. And then once they get you in there, they scoot you up next to the bed and say, "All right, now get over there and square yourself up and make sure that you're not too far to one side." I was thinking, "Oh, geez, I don't want me to fall off while this is happening during the surgery." And they I didn't know if they strap your arms down. It's almost like Dr. Frankenstein's table or something. I was like, I guess God forbid I were to wake up, I might start flailing my arms or something like that. So I guess it's okay that they're strapping me down, and and Ted Kaczynski is standing behind me, like just giving me like minimal instruction, and and I'm just looking up at these, the big theater that I'm in. I'm like, wow, look at all these big crazy looking lights, and that was it. He gave me no warning. There's no like count backwards from 100. Screw all that, man. I'm ready to get this thing done with. I'm not making any money, and I don't really like people anyway. So next thing I know, literally the old cliche. I didn't get the countdown thing, but I did get the cliche where I literally woke up zero dreaming. It was like a completely knocked out sleep. Next thing I did, I woke up and I was in the recovery room. And said, "Oh, Lorenzo, you're awake." I was like, I kind of like chuckled out loud, like, "That son of a bitch, he didn't give me any warning at all. I can't get over that." And I asked the lady, "How long have I been in here?" And she said, "Oh, an hour." I'm like, holy crap, I've been in here an hour, and probably an hour and a half in the surgery. So it's like alien abduction. I've lost time for the first time in my life. I've never been blackout drunk, so I've never lost time in my life. So this is this is like a weird thing for me. Um, so I go to the recovery room, and they give you some good drugs in the recovery room. And they ask, "Well, what's your pain level?" I was like, "I kind of a 5 or 6." Like, a little bit thinking now, I'd be like, "How about now?" Like, not bad, not bad. I'm pretty good at right now, So after they see them doing okay, they give me like a turkey sandwich and some cranberry juice, and I'm sitting there watching South Park and eating my sandwich and drinking my juice, and I hear other people next to me which aren't doing as well, and I just felt lucky again that, wow, I guess this is over, and just waiting on recovery right now to be able to get out of here. So I stayed an hour in recovery room. They called Janet, and she comes pick me up. And it's because I'm really super numb. They numb you super well in surgery and in the recovery room, so you are really literally feeling minimal pain. I mean, you know that you've been cut on, you've been wounded, but surprisingly, I felt good for what had happened to me. It didn't really pain didn't really hit until like the next day. That's when they gave me some Percocet, generic Percocet. Which I've been doling out a pill at a time, because it turns out it's like super constipating. So a lot of people get hooked on this stuff unless you're like, in unmanageable pain. How would you seek this stuff out like for kicks? Take some hillbilly heroin. But that's fun. I haven't taken a crap in a week, but nobody thinks about that kind of stuff. So I've been doing what I use is chlorophyll, a mixture that really, as well as being a detoxifier to help get the anesthesia out of your system. It also helps your bowels. And I also been drinking prune juice and every bit that is needed, because that stuff is like super like blocking whatever the term is for your guts. But and then so the next day I'm waking up and I'm just feeling the pain, and I take one of the Percocets, and just trying to just get through the day, and just hey, I'm just going to chill until I get better. And one of the, I guess, physician's assistants from the surgeon calls, and she's all perky. "Hi, Lorenzo, yada yada." I go, "Okay, yeah, great. I'm just taking a pain pill. I just took one just now." So, and she's like, "Well, don't be surprised if you get more swelling and more bruising and more black and blue in the groin area." So I'm just like, I'm half out of it. I'm like, okay, you mean like down by my thigh or the inside? The groin area. I'm like, okay. So I hang up with her. I'm trying to figure out what this cryptic message is that she's giving me. And then later on, the next day or so, oh, I see what the groin area was supposed to be. Come on, lady. I mean, you have to use like the street yard or the schoolyard language. Just say scrotum. Scrotum. It's a scientific word. You work for a freaking doctor. Okay? Use your big girl words. They kind of bug me. Like, come on. What does that mean? Be more specific. That's kind of important. Be more specific. And people would appreciate that. As it turns out, this groin area lady It was the same one who had called me the day before the surgery, and we talked to their office, I don't know how many times, and told them that yes, we are going to self-pay. We will self-pay. We will. When do you want us to pay? Um, so because that was a huge thing. Get that paid as soon as possible. And they were like, "Oh, we'll bill you. Don't worry about it." Several times they told us that. And then frantically, the day before, groin lady calls up and says like, "We understand you don't have insurance. We need our money up front." Like, okay, why did you tell me that? When those many times we spoke to you. So whatever. We called her back and we paid up front. And that's no big deal. But it's kind of it just shows that she really was pretty amateurish and unprofessional, and that kind of bugged me. It turns out that person seems uh, probably the weak link in the whole office of this surgeon, because there's always somebody that maybe she's somebody's relative or something. Who knows? You gotta support her. So, but now it begins for me that the long recovery period where it literally is going to take several. It's going to be like I love to take hot baths. I won't be able to take a bath like it's 6 to 8 weeks. I think it's hit 4 to 6 weeks. I'm going to just push it to like 6 to 8 just to be sure. And you can't lift anything heavy. Obviously, right now I can't lift anything over 5 to 15 pounds. I'm cutting it even closer than that if I can. I'm walking a lot slower, and one of these days, the swelling will be down, the pain will go away, and they claim that life will be much better. And I feel, there's still the pain's getting better by the day, but it's still there. I feel a lot better, and I appreciate all the people who. Thank you to everyone who sent um, prayers and best wishes, on my channel and through Janice's channel. I appreciate that from everybody who sent me those well wishes and prayers. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's nothing really exciting unless you've never had surgery before, which I was a surgery newbie. So that's it. Yeah, thanks a lot for letting me ramble on about my one-time surgery. Hopefully, one time in life. So thanks, guys. I'll talk to you soon.